Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Or should I say, good
Hello.
evening? Yeah, no. We're a bit late for Halloween. But, we're gonna just throw ourselves in there. And we've dug up a couple of encounters and characters that probably would fit a little bit to this theme, so to speak. Um, so, and how are you guys doing?
Petrified.
Petrified. Good start. That's good.
Hungry.
And me, I am stressed out. So, yeah. We're gonna try two different encounters today. Because they're sort of a set in a way. Since every single one of our encounter cards, or not every single, when I think about it, never mind.
Most of them.
Most of them, yeah, most of our cards are two-sided. So, and some of them they follow a certain theme. This would be one of them. Now, on the low-level side, we have an encounter called, well, for now, anyways, the animated porcelain doll, which is certainly creepy enough for me. And on the reverse, we have a different encounter called, well, it's basically a monstrous nun of sorts. It, also, it's a very bad pun that I don't actually want to acknowledge right now. But yeah, so I figure just gonna jump straight into it, and I'm gonna start with the cute little animated porcelain doll. So yeah,
The cute animated porcelain doll.
yeah, okay.
Um, so I guess we're not going for the Chucky one.
No, 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 no. I mean, that's certainly one way to go. Um, but considering the era that we are trying to portray, which is like steampunk Viking era, which is closer to Victorian era, actually, it's probably a safer bet to go by some form of creepy decorative porcelain doll. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, the ones you find in your grandma's old attic.
Yeah, the one you keep throwing away, but it's always there for some reason. That one.
And no one kind of remembers picking it up either.
Yeah, or where it even came from.
It's just always been there.
And God forbid you should try to destroy it. Then it'll come back and it'll try ruining your life in some way, like an ex-wife, or so I've heard. Let's see here.
Um, I see that you've gone for kind of like a skirt.
Yeah,
Um,
because you know, things they usually had some sort of dress, but I am gonna go in some, I don't know, weird um fusion direction, I guess. I think I'm gonna try to give this doll a dress that is both frilly and influenced by Nordic dress wear or like Viking dresses.
yeah, because that was what I was gonna ask about. The like style choice of the dress.
Yeah, I mean we're currently doing the supernatural thing, so it would be natural to sort of like emphasize that through culture in some way.
Mm.
Now, I'm not personally very much aware how such a creature like this would come to life in Norse lore, but it is a thing in our games that the gods are real,
Yes.
and not just the Nordic gods. Pretty much most gods, just gods exist,
Yes.
and they have actual power and influence over mortals. And sometimes that just turns out horribly for everyone. Um, so yeah, it's definitely a world of both magic and technology. Something I'm quite sure some people would just argue that, well, if there's magic, why would you ever have technology?
Because not everybody has magic.
Sucks to be them.
Are you like a magic supremacist?
Me? If I had magic, then maybe. Now, what you're seeing right here, this is my magic. I might not be the best at what I do, but my kung fu is strong.
Now I want to see Kung Fu Hustle again.
Nice segue into a great movie. Yeah.
It is a really great movie.
I mean, it's
It's
silly.
a very fun movie.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's fun in
Yeah.
many ways. I mean, it's got like crazy Chinese Looney Tunes influences, while also
Yeah.
being a pretty good kung fu movie by itself.
They just
I have it somewhere. I just can't remember where. On DVD or Blu-ray, I don't remember.
Yeah. No, I used to. What was it? Is it Stephen Chow who plays in those? I mean, he did that Shaolin Soccer, and I'm pretty sure he did
So,
something else as well, but I don't remember because I am not that type of nerd. Um, Although I'm kind of liking what I'm getting at here.
yeah.
Let's see, I'm just gonna try to get some
It,
anatomy in here just to give myself a way to go. Okay.
it proportionally, it's kind of like Bratz doll.
Yeah, a little bit. I kind of choose that. I mean, our universe is because of me mostly, probably, but our universe is kind of cartoony. I just have to reposition the screen a little bit. There we go. It would be kind of cool if I managed to get it posed in such a way that it could look like it was almost a marionette, like it was animated by invisible strings.
That would be cool. Maybe do something with the
So,
way the arms are moved then, or posed.
so let's see if we just see here. Tiny, rigid, dull hand. Weirdly knock-kneed.
Yeah.
Could maybe tilt her head a little bit more, actually.
Maybe move it a bit forward as well.
You mean like taking the entire body and yeah, maybe. we can do some cutting and see where this takes us. Okay, so if we take this. Something like this, maybe.
Yeah. It's getting less natural now, which is good.
Cocking your head to the side, something like that.
Maybe she should cock it a bit more, just to be really naturally far.
Which part you thinking?
The head.
Oh, the head? Yeah, let's try that.
It looks even more creepy when they really show that they are not human, or...
Oh, crap. Right.
Here we go.
Yeah, something that extreme.
Yeah. That looks great.
Okay, so just gotta hit her neck so the neck is actually correct. So I guess something like there then. Okay. Let's see, and let's see. What's her stats again?
What's her stats? I'll check.
I mean, is this a primarily body or mind type of creature?
I think they are the same, actually.
Okay, so it's even Steven. I mean, the creep factor is already mind.
Oh, got it. Let's see here.
Okay, cool. Man, we should make this doll and sell it.
3-3.
3-3. Yeah, so it's weak, but it's even.
Super weak.
Yeah, well, it's an animated porcelain doll. Like, what would you do if it came at you? You'd drop kick it.
Have you seen Chucky?
I don't want to talk
Drop,
about it,
drop kicking that doll does not work.
but this is not Chucky.
I know it's not Chucky, but okay,
I'm just
he's
saying,
probably plastic as well.
he's rubber. I mean,
Yeah,
it's the worst goddamn thing ever. But this is porcelain and human hair and childhood trauma, both before and after it was made. I mean, and with the stats 3-3, it's not really a threat.
no, it's not.
I mean, Chucky would be a high level threat,
That he would.
but he is not part of our game, so. But no, yeah, he's an entirely different creature altogether. Now, this one, while creepy, is not supposed to be a huge challenge.
No.
Her counterpart, however, that's probably a different story.
Yeah, that's a bit more. That's a bit more. nice size on that knife.
Yeah, it's like a nice fat butcher's knife.
Yes.
Yes. No little toy girl. Put that down.
That makes me think about any of you guys played the Final Fantasy games?
uh, don't kill me, but I've tried not to.
Ah, that's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
No, but now I have not.
But that's fine. But anyways, from I think number 7 and onwards, there's this tiny enemy. I think it's called a thornberry or something.
Oh.
A little green dude in a cape carrying an oil lamp and a butcher's knife like this.
Oh.
And it's really slow and kills everybody in one hit.
Oh. Really? That's special.
But they are really cute. They're really cute.
Beware cute things. If Japan taught us anything, it must be that, right?
Oh yeah. And probably other places as well.
Yeah.
Sketch here is really quick though. I think this is maybe the quickest you've sketched out the character.
Well, we're 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never timed myself really. I mean, some trained artists can basically have like a full picture in 10 minutes with some warm up. Uh, of course, I have had some time to think about this and kind of sketch down some alternatives and stuff just to figure out where I want to go. So I am running off a pretty clear picture in my head for the most part. And then I'm just gonna have to see how well that picture is gonna match up to reality once I get into it. Um,
Is this the time to remind ourselves that we could have had a Midsummer thing with this?
oh bleep you. We could have. We could have. We totally could have.
Or we could be original. But that sounds hard.
Well, the reason why this is happening the way it's done is more or less when we created a whole bunch of these encounters. We wrote down whatever fit down onto a paper, and we just let it stand. And a lot of those things are still at a conceptual level like that, but they have been play tested and given proper stats, and they've been balanced out and everything. But the rough ideas are still there.
That they are.
So, a part of this process when we're making these characters live is that we are also sort of reinventing them as proper characters for the first time.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
It is.
I mean, I've technically drawn this character once before, some years ago. But it was extremely rough and nowhere near as thought through as this tiny little sketches right now. So probably doesn't say it much, but it wasn't great. But it just so happens that this one card in our deck had basically this creepy murder doll on one side, and on the reverse, there's a creepy nun, and that's like, well, that's pretty much like horror material right there. So I was like, yeah, why not just play with that and make something very Heroes of the Sealening related around that subject. This shouldn't be a problem. It should be easy. So that is actually pretty roughed out character right there already.
That it is. I'm really looking forward for the coloring of this.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna
more than anything else.
yeah. Personally, I like the shading part. It's sort of when I start building the character. So we're gonna start off with something. I think this is gonna come in greens. Oh, that was my bad. Wrong layer.
Oh no!
That's a good thing I saw that one. I hate it when that happens. Yet I keep doing it. I must be a glutton for punishment. Okay. So.
Well, you do work in design.
I do. Okay, we're gonna go a little bit darker just so I can see what I'm doing. Here we go. Okay. Just roughly blocking out this character.
Getting the general shape.
Yep. In a way, this is both like the general shape, but I also just use it as a mask, so I can just easily select this color within the lines. Because this is about cheating as much and as efficiently as possible. So.
Now, chat, if you want Gard to tell you more about how he cheats in life and while drawing, please ask in the comments.
Well, you tell me if there's actually a comment asking anything like that, because I can't see the chat right now.
Oh, we will tell you.
Yep.
That's why we're here, theoretically.
Yeah, cheerleading outfits.
We gotta get some of those soon.
I mean, if not those, maybe at least the pom-poms. I mean, those would be fun anyways, right?
Yeah. Kick down your door with cheer. Oh, Gard, you're so fine, you can draw me all the time. Hey, Gard. Is that what you want? Maybe with a bit more feeling?
I don't know. I'm feeling like a bit more feeling, and maybe a little bit more burlesque. I don't know if I'm asking too much.
Oof. Nah, we can do that. We can do that.
I'd be there for that burlesque show. I would be like, wow, this is happening.
Shit, you get me an outfit, you're gonna get it.
Oh. Are we talking private show, or are we gonna invite people and have an entrance fee?
Ooh, that I actually have to think about. Do I have the guts for that?
I mean, it's a tall order. But then again, these days I've heard people make money through weirder things. Wow.
Yeah, some people make board games.
Okay, okay. Alright. Okay, awkwardly shaped leg, awkwardly shaped ankle, hardly even shaped foot. Good. Another hardly even shaped foot. Heel groove there. That's good. And yeah, well, get your stockings in place. That's good.
But yeah, it's time for our regularly scheduled program of Tour Asks. How are people today? Are people doing fine? Jon, are you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. A bit, a bit of problems with my throat. Maybe I'm brewing cold or something.
You heard it here first, guys.
Yeah,
Jon is
COVID
gonna die
is.
from tuberculosis.
Yeah,
Ah, you would feel so bad if that was the actual truth.
I would really feel bad if that actually happened.
Oh man. Okay, let's see here. Let's see there. Let's see. Okay. What kind of brush am I gonna use today? Smooth watercolor? Maybe. We'll try that. See how it works out. Okay. Cool. Oh, that's not smooth.
Nope. But
That's not. Yeah.
other than dying from tuberculosis, how are you doing, Jon?
a lot better than now that my foot has started working again.
Nice.
So I can finally move around without much of a hindrance.
Oh, look at that.
That is great.
Yeah,
Especially seeing the stairs going up to your apartment.
yeah.
This is true. Yeah. Floor level. That's for rich people.
Definitely.
Just ground level apartments everywhere. Penthouse? No. Ground level. That's where it's at.
Before elevators, that was actually the case.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I remember I visited Rome once, and they told that in the ancient times, the rich people lived on the ground floor, and the poorest on the top floor, in the
Yes.
penthouses.
Uh, all over the world.
Yeah, because if there was a fire, the rich
Yeah.
people could easily get out.
Yeah.
The poor people, not so much. But they weren't worth much, so they didn't really matter, at least to those in power.
Man. The only difference today is that well, the people in the penthouses have helicopters, and then we live in a society that kind of just acts like everyone's worth something.
Yeah.
They pretend no one's really worth anything.
I don't know. Have you seen black market prices for organs?
No, not recently.
Uh, Basically, I think a regular person now is 4 or 5 thousand dollars
For an entire person?
for the internal organs.
That's a lot less than I thought. That's actually depressingly low.
So, Jon's legs are getting better.
Yeah.
He's dying of tuberculosis.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everything is fine. How about you, Gard?
Feels peachy.
Well, you know,
So that's good.
teeth are falling out. I don't see the point anymore. Everything's great. Nah. Now,
Yeah.
how are things? I mean, I can still draw.
Yes, you can.
That's good.
But
at
I
least.
am severely worried about AI these days.
Oh.
Yeah, we took a look at that.
I mean, I still have a shot, but I mean, by the way it's progressing, I mean, it's impressive.
It is. It is.
I mean,
Yeah, me and Gard are going to play a campaign of Call of Cthulhu in the near future, and we both thought, getting a portrait for a character would be nice.
but we're not invested enough in the character to actually create one properly.
No.
And it's 1920s, so, you know...
1890s, actually.
1890s, yeah, so, you know, it benefits if it's period specific. So, we just figured, well, you know, we'll just try some generation then. Yeah, see where that takes us.
And it was good.
Yeah.
Too good. It's too good.
Oh no.
I mean, it pretty much nails it. I mean, you don't get exactly what you think you're gonna get, but you look at it and it's like, yeah, I could roll with that.
It's kind of good that it's not exactly what you think you're gonna get, though.
Sometimes,
so that you still get a little bit surprise.
Yeah, but it's like I feel I've been played by AI a couple of times too, and it's like, I wrote in a prompt that said, the winged unknown or unseen horror that lurks in your room at night. That's a prompt, because I wanted to give him like something horrific to work at, something unknowable, whatever, and it generated a picture within like 5 seconds, and it was a moth.
Please tell me you saved that.
I saved that. I did. I saved that. I had no other choice but to, because it's like, well played, AI. Well played. I know for a fact this does indeed accurately describe what I just said. It just depends on the person, really.
You have to show us.
Yeah, I will. At a, at a different time, I suppose.
Yeah.
This face is getting creepy.
Mm.
But I do understand why you are fearing AI more and more because of that.
Yeah, it's quite good.
Yeah,
Also, I gonna have to say, I uh, I feel a bit professionally insulted by people calling themselves AI artists.
yeah,
I mean,
I get that.
I'm sorry. I mean, I've spent like the better part of my life trying to be good at this stuff, and you're like writing some shit into a text box like, oh, I'm making art. Like, yeah, where do you get off? But it is really amazing what they can do. They really suck at fingers, though.
You still have a chance.
Yeah, if I can just nail the fingers before it does, I will feel better about myself. Well, at least I know how many fingers a person is supposed to have.
Depends upon if they've been working with explosives or not.
Yes.
But that only works if there's less. Question: does this doll have eyelids?
Not the retractable ones, I think. I mean, this is basically the eyelids right here.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's why I asked. When you remove the lines as such, the face looks really alien. Like
Yeah, yeah,
Gray's alien.
yeah. I know. It's very obviously a gray alien at this point. And maybe it will stay that way. I don't know.
Maybe. Only you know.
I'd like not to, but you know, I'm throwing down color and shade and whatever, and just trying to see what sticks. So.
Now, in some game news, um, we have really restarted the development process of Heroes of the Sealening.
Yeah,
Wouldn't you guys say so?
yeah, we have.
Yeah.
Uh, we're sad looking at various aspects of the game and making tweaks and also preparing for you know, the overhaul.
The overhaul.
Yes.
But yeah, that is gonna come, the overhaul. But also, we have been doing a couple of tests
Yes.
on the solo scenario that we started writing here on this stream.
Yes, we have.
Yes.
And so far, so good.
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Um,
I'd
no,
say it works mostly like advertised, with no big surprises really. And
no big surprises. Some small tweaks, fixed language. Most of the objectives work as they should.
yeah, which basically means the base rules for the game are pretty solid at this point.
Yes, they still function.
Yes, we have not broken the game by implementing this.
That might change in the future, though.
Yeah, well, that's just
Yeah.
how it goes. We'll always make little considerations when we do these things.
Mm. I also get some 2D vibes from this, from Gorillas. It's the eyes, though. It's the eyes.
Yeah, sure.
Not as flat as 2D from Gorillas, but oh no, you ruined it.
Yeah, I know.
Speaking of, I'm actually thinking about seeing if I could start collecting the old Tank Girl comics.
Yeah, this would be worth it. I mean, they're pretty out there.
Yeah, they, from what I've read so earlier, it is really fun. It's a wild ride. But then again, what could you like expect from a comic book based in punk aesthetics, set in post-apocalyptic Australia?
Yeah, mutant kangaroos. That is so special. The heck?
Now, the goal for today is to reach the uncanny valley.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get there. I think I can hit wrong. That's not hard.
Now, I already hit that.
Yeah. So that should be fine.
This is really good.
This is getting really good, yeah.
Yeah. It has that really nice alien rawness to it.
Yeah, and the black, shiny eyes.
I think one trope, though, that we probably should to try to avoid is the black goo seeping out.
The black goo seeping out.
Yeah, like black ectoplasma.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah.
Let's see, what would that be? That would be like, yeah. That is sort of like giving her veins, even though she has none,
Yeah.
Um,
She's had a rough time, though, seeing how cracked the porcelain is. I don't know if it's porcelain. I'm just guessing.
well, could be anything we want, really, that in that term. Um, yeah, no, she could have been through some fires and stuff. I mean, this also might just be, craquelure in the glazing, but the glazing has cracked.
Yeah.
I mean, so far I haven't actually drawn any, like, big cracks in her where things have fallen off and stuff.
No. Nothing has peeled off yet.
Yes, my dear, you are horrific. I mean, in every good way. Okay. Right. kind of weird, but I sort of think that this creepy doll is going to be the harder one to draw of the two encounters.
Why do you say that?
I say that based off, well, just sheer detail and animation that is needed to get her seemingly, like, wrongly alive.
Yeah.
While the other one is a nun. I mean, it's a black penguin suit, a giant formless habit with something inside it.
Spoilers.
Well, that's a nun. I mean, a regular
No.
nun. Yes, I just threw shade at regular nuns everywhere in the world. But no, it's detail-wise, you don't have to really work as hard to show a nun. That's at least my working theory. But even that nun is supposed to be creepy, so. There we go. She's blonde, sort of. Also, let's see. Actually, we're gonna do. Yeah, no, that's fine. Something like that.
Being a tiny bit on topic, though,
Yeah.
while still being off topic,
Well, that is an art in itself. Please continue.
it's not that long until the new Adams Family show is coming out Wednesday.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Not this Wednesday, though.
No, not this Wednesday, but the character Wednesday.
The character, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, for me, Wednesday Addams was probably my first celebrity crush.
Yes, you've told me that.
Yeah. So, that's interesting. But then again, it's like, it's, well, I think it's probably gonna be really good.
I believe so.
At the same time, I don't think it's gonna be for me.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I kind of left the Addams Family back in the 90s. That was the era of Addams Family that was correct for me. So.
Yeah.
And besides,
I-
it ain't Christina Ricci, so.
She is going to be in the show, though.
Is she?
Yeah.
As what?
Stina?
Christina Ricci.
Yeah.
I don't think they have told us what her role is going to be.
The thing is like, I mean, she could have been a cool Morticia.
That she could.
The fact that she isn't is kind of like a bummer. So, but it's Catherine Zeta-Jones that got the role, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, she's probably gonna do a fine job.
She is probably going to do a fine job. The only thing I'm actually kind of skeptical about is Tim Burton.
Okay.
Tim Burton, as a director, is really good when he has someone to say, Tim, aren't you going a bit too far? Because if you don't have that, all you're gonna have is super gothy
Wow.
weirdness.
Well,
That is not an attack against goth people, though.
no. Also, this is Adam's family, man. I mean, if there ever was a more appropriate place to go really weirdly gothy, it's there.
Yes, but I don't think you need the 1989 Batman.
Well, the thing is, like, despite Tim Burton not having made the 90s movies of Adam's Family, those movies were probably some of the most Tim Burton movies made in the 90s. I mean, I think he could do it, but you know, I ain't seen it. I don't know anything about it, so I'm gonna leave that judgment to other people who might know a little bit better than me. Or at least think they do.
Oh, you don't want to open that door.
Oh, you really don't.
It's bad enough when we act like we know shit.
Oh man, we do that all the time. Never fact check us, kids. Never.
Never.
Oh, it's a bad idea.
Besides, all of you know that we never say anything that is wrong.
No, never. It's not. We're not capable of lying.
Mistakes.
Opinion counts for everything.
You know what I could really go for, actually?
What?
A new live-action Scooby-Doo with the original cast.
That could be. That would be. Could be fun. Yeah.
They've gotten old.
When you say original cast.
I mean, from the live-action Scooby-Doo
Oh, right,
movies.
right. So Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie
Freddie
Prinze
Prinze Jr.
Jr. What, Matthew Ballard, was it?
Matthew Miller.
Miller.
Millard.
Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah, oh yeah, yes.
I just think it would be fun, and then you, because they never age in the cartoons, of course, and we have seen the timeline of the cartoons go from like that 60s 70s vibe to modern day, put it in the future.
Really far in the future, and they're finally aged.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they could fight the old Hanna-Barbera character, Space Ghost.
Oh, god damn it.
It could be funny. could be horrible.
Mhm.
At a certain point, you don't really care if it's funny or horrible. It's just you're there for it.
Yeah. How far can this go?
I mean, it can go pretty far. It can go really weird places. I mean, just look at that Disney movie, The Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, and I think parts of what makes it so good is just the fact that in Disney they have this regular routine. It's like, okay, you just wrapped up production, that's cool, send over the script and we'll put into the archives or whatever. They never did that. They eventually sent someone down to their lot to get the script, and they were like, script? Okay, hang on. And they just chucked a box at them. I was like, yeah, this is it, I guess. Because they didn't have a script. They didn't have a script. They had so many difficulties making that cartoon that it just they ended up just more or less ad-libbing the entire thing, which is why it's amazing. It never had an actual manuscript until Disney asked them for one after the movie was made. It's just a bunch of notes and whatever. I was like, okay.
Yeah, but that movie, didn't it come like in between the period of Hercules and the Road to El Dorado and Treasure
Road
Planet?
to El Dorado wasn't Disney.
That's DreamWorks.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But no, it's around that.
Yeah, it
Kind
was
of same
just at
feel.
at the tail end of the 90s and or
I
very early 2000s, I
I
think.
think both Road to El Dorado and Emperor's New Groove are the same year, 2000.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it was the year 2000 for those two movies. Hercules was 97.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Maybe?
something like that.
Maybe?
Something like that.
I don't know.
Or wait,
Yeah, or
You're not allowed to Google.
I'm not.
sure. Oh, he went on
Hercules. No,
big.
Hercules was later, I think. I think it was 98 or 99.
Could be. Could be.
Well, I don't remember. They came in one every year, so in those days.
Yes, they did. They were very active.
But yeah. But if they didn't have a script, so the actors more or less ad-libbed and made it up as they went.
A lot of it, I believe.
That's when you get to real gems.
Yeah, it was a
Or
lot of ribbing, and David Spade, he was the voice of Cusco. He didn't. I don't think he was the first one involved for the role, but he certainly walked off with it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, say what you want about that guy, but he delivered.
improvisation can be the best thing and it can be the worst thing.
Yeah. Around 2000, there was a lot of good cartoons. You have, like you've already mentioned, both Emperor's New Groove and Road to El Dorado. You also have Titan AE, which is a more niche.
Yeah.
It's a bit more niche, but it's a good one.
It's a very good one. That's Fox. And it didn't, like Fox often did in those times, they usually didn't do a very good job with advertising it. They made a really good thing, but destroyed it in the marketing.
Yeah.
So it
And
never got the. It never really got the clout and the attention it deserves.
no. And then you also had Shrek. First
Yeah.
one was in that time.
Yeah.
And Ice Age.
Yeah, that came out in those days.
Yeah.
Daft
That-
Punk.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Daft Punk.
Daft
Like,
Punk. They released an album and then released a cartoon based on that album, full-length cartoon.
Oh, didn't know. Huh.
It's very good. It's actually more like an anime.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Same stuff.
Yeah.
Anime, cartoons, it's the same.
Just different visual storytelling traditions.
Yeah, and storytelling elements. Yeah.
The elements are the same.
Mm.
It's just that you have like Avatar, the Next Airbender. Is that an anime?
I would say it is.
Stylistically, yes. I know it's made. I know it's a more or less an American made.
It is. It is. It is.
It is.
Definitely made by Americans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
At least.
Macross and Robotech was the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Robotech was. Macross wasn't.
No, you're right. Macross was Japanese fully.
Yeah.
It's mostly just stylistic. If you look at, for example, samurai manga or anime,
Yeah.
and then you look at old Clint Eastwood spaghetti western stuff,
Well, yeah.
That's a good
it
comparison.
is basically the same story beats, same thoughts. Like it's the same material, only that it's set in a different culture with a different way of life.
Yeah, that's
Different.
true.
Different rules of conduct.
Yes.
I mean, that's basically where you have most of the cultural issue, because there are different rules of conduct. I mean, there's different things that are expected from someone living in those two societies, meaning that, telling a story one way wouldn't necessarily appeal to everyone. I mean, that's more or less the difference between Macross and Robotech. Macross being the Japanese movie version of it, and then the Americans made something that was a bit more functional for their audience based off it.
Just like Spider-Man.
Just like Spider-Man and his very Japanese movie.
Yes. I think that was a show. I'm not sure if it was a movie.
Well, it was something, that's for sure.
It was something.
I mean, it followed the whole, super suit Sankai kind of tradition, which is hilarious. I mean,
Yeah.
talk about just taking an IP and just running with it. I was like, what is this thing? I don't know, but he wears that suit. Reminds us of something else. Let's throw him in a giant robot. Cool. I wouldn't say it worked, but I mean, it's certainly a pop cultural oddity today. So
Stanley claimed he loved it.
I mean, it did not work.
I believe that the idea of the Spider-Verse must have come from that.
I mean,
Probably.
I like that thought, that is like, well, there are so many weird things, so many different ways of telling the story and whatever. Then it's like we cannot just say that none of them that there's only one. No, we're just gonna say all of them are true.
Yeah.
Uh,
It makes it so much more fun, and it opens so many more doors. Suddenly, you had a beautifully animated Miles Morales movie.
oh, that was the tits. That was amazing. I'm looking forward to the sequel though.
Oh yeah,
but it's like I'm a skeptical person, really, because the first one was perfect. I have rewatched that so many times, and I have just the greatest appreciation for the just very basic movie scripting techniques they've used in there. Just they keep replaying the themes. They both like visually and in sound. I mean, they just build this entire story like really beautifully on screen.
they do. I do have hopes up though, because the movie they came out with after, which was the Mitchells versus the Machine.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a fun one.
that was amazing. Yeah, I if I see an animated movie, I will try to watch it just because I usually end up positively surprised.
Yeah,
And that one is no exception. That was just beautiful in every single way.
it was a romp.
It was a romp. Yes, I was about to use that word. I completely agree. Uh, nah, it's really good.
That reminds me though, you showed me a movie one day, a long time ago now. The Turtles,
Oh,
where you have
Turtles
turtles,
Forever.
yes, from different generations of the Turtles meeting up in the multiverse.
Yeah. It was something like the 30-year anniversary, something like that. Yeah, they brought in the turtles of our childhood, and of
They
course
originals.
well, yeah, the original Eastman and Laird versions, and also the version of the turtles that were in the noughties,
Yeah,
and just let them play off. And they kept really really true to the to the original material, which is hilarious.
it's how it's supposed. Like when you make a concept like that, you have to stay true to what you are lampooning. Uh, what if they also had brought in the those horrible live action turtle movies that came out, what is it, 5 years ago now?
Oh,
A decade?
those! Wow. Yeah, no, that was. I mean,
Michael Bay.
um, did he make them or did he produce them?
I think he just produced them.
Yeah, but it definitely like it smacked of Michael Bay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been checking out some of the new Turtles stuff though. Um, like just it's been popping up here and there,
Yeah.
so I've checked it out. Oh, some of the stuff is getting really dark again. I think in Turtles Ronin, only Michelangelo is alive.
Ooh.
I think I actually saw the beginning of that, and yeah, it did seem like they were going by that future storyline where a lot of them were pretty much dead.
Which is understandable, seeing the lifestyle they lived. A lot of fatty food.
Yes. Though I think maybe Michelangelo actually died. And not because of fatty foods. No, he turned into some sort of sage or something. Basically, he used his last powers to do something miraculous. I don't know. I was half asleep while I watched it, so I don't know.
I think what I saw was comic books, though.
Oh, right. I saw something animated, obviously.
Nah. Well, I kind of like that they are going a bit back to the original feel,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
going back to like the grittier past of the Turtles. Even though I am a sucker for the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, it got a bit weird after a while in the 90s run. It really did. Um, like, maybe a little bit too weird. I would have liked it when I was like 5 or 6, some of the stuff, but it's like, okay, this is now just straight up silly.
Yeah, but we got Rocksteady and Bebop.
Yeah, we did. I love those guys.
Yes, they are two of my favorite bad guys in the Turtles series.
So dumb. So incredibly stupid. And
Well, their
loyal to a
mutate,
fault.
yes, but their mutations were flawed.
Uh, they weren't that smart to begin with.
No,
They were actually incredibly dumb to begin with.
oh,
Their
they
personalities didn't really change. If anything, they were complemented.
that is true. That is true. But you can't expect like henchmen from the 90s to be smart.
No, no. Well, not for the most part.
Now, if they were, it was a shock, and they usually turned out to be the super bad guy who killed the big bad guy to take his place. Okay, show us your fingers.
may not have noticed, but I have actually been using a completely different approach to this illustration than I've done the other ones.
Is it that you focus on one part and then finish it until you start anything with any other parts?
I'm more or less approaching this as a painting.
Ooh, do tell.
Yeah, because the other ones I've been mostly blocking it out, simple shapes, just drawing in shadow and light and whatever, and just in simple forms. But in this case, I am actually drawing it in really roughly,
Mm.
working out every single detail on the character as I go.
Yes.
Result is I'm using a little bit, just a few more layers than I did in the other process. I kind of hear John cringing over there.
Going back to old habits.
Nah, just different habit.
Ooh.
I don't.
Like a monk habit?
Yes, I was wearing that earlier. It was very warm. I had to take it off.
That face is just so wrong. In all the right ways. I do like the detail with the Bunod silver, though.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's like a frilly bunad.
Yeah, yeah.
We're keeping her like this, at least for now, this sort of like sickly green color scheme, and then I might diversify a little bit later on once I get some more, get it evened out a little bit. So I'm actually gonna see about that. Yeah, do like this. Yeah, that's it. That's the shit.
It's just so much to look at. I become silent.
Mesmerized.
Odd.
What?
What?
What
We
is?
are awed by
Oh, oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
I, I,
awed.
I didn't hear what you said. It was like, what was that?
Yeah, my voice isn't really up to snuff today, so
No,
sorry about that.
it was fine. It was just so sudden, and it was like odd. What the fuck was?
Oh, I thought he shouted out bored.
Oh, yeah. I thought you shouted like odd. I was like, this is wrong. Odd. I was like, that is certainly one way to react to something that doesn't look quite right. Definitely not the one I'd expect, but that's probably fine. Okay, let's see how's it going. How's this going? It's going. This is going. It's going. It's going. It's going. It's going. Uh, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Fine. So we're just gonna go buy some.
It's just so good.
I'm glad we can give our girl, or it, maybe. Looks like girl, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but glad we can give her some a proper tre-
Style.
treatment, a little glow up.
Yeah.
She deserves as much. She has been with us for a very long time.
She has. It has.
It has.
She's. It has even won a couple of encounters,
It actually has.
even with its low stats.
It has yet to kill anyone, I think,
That I do not think it has done. No.
but it has absolutely made itself known. It's not supposed to be difficult, but sometimes, people just have crap luck. Man, when I paint this roughly, It reminds me of the Call of Cthulhu comic we did.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fragment.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you did paint those pages.
Yeah, I did. I absolutely went out of my comfort zone on purpose to get that comic done because it didn't feel right if I didn't, you know.
Well, you did put yourself in a really bad place.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only comic I ever made that actually hurt.
We can still see the damages.
Actually, yes. But, you know, that's how you do Cthulhu. You know, you have to basically sacrifice part of your sanity to make it done, to get it where it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
So I stand by my decision, but I will be among the first to admit that it's probably not the best idea.
I am so going to sit down and watch some more of Cabinet of Curiosities when this is over.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've already watched it, but then again, I'm gonna watch some of it again.
Yeah. And the
Uh,
point of Cosmic Horror is not to beat the horror, but just survive.
yeah, I mean, you're supposed to be sat there at the end and think, why? What's the point?
And then you unalive yourself in a padded cell.
Yes, or you find yourself drifting around in a camper van throughout the outback somewhere, avoiding people at all costs.
Bringing the curse forward for another generation. Should we go for another half hour or something before we take a short break
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that.
so that you can finish this?
At least finish it to the best of my ability.
Well, that is quite high, so.
But yeah, it's we're getting close to a natural cutoff. I mean, not everything has to look like a perfect oil painting. And then we can get on to the next part, which is also gonna be fun.
Yeah. this could actually be a character from America's McGee's Alice.
That's interesting.
You remember that game?
Never played it. Know of it. I've tried
I don't think I actually know of it either.
I've tried to stay away from horror in general because I'm.
Well, it's not a horror game. Like, for example, Dark Corners of the Earth or anything. It's more like more a psychological thingy. Where you follow Alice from Alice in Wonderland when she has grown up.
Oh.
And her mind is shattered, and she has to go back to Wonderland to both try to fix it, as it has been destroyed by her shattered mind, and also fix herself. It has this very gothic feel and a look to it, sprinkled in with English Victorian style.
Yeah, Gothic and English Victorian, I'd say they're pretty much hand in hand for the most part.
Yeah, but there's still differences though, but they do take from each other, or one takes from the other.
I mean, it's if you have the punk goth, of course, but then you have the romantic goth, which is very much there. I mean, like Edgar Allan Poe, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, it's a very natural connection between the two.
Yeah. There is a very natural connection there. But yeah, the point being is that you got all of these figures from, or characters from the old Alice in Wonderland stories, and yeah, they did like a little gothic spin on it, and this could actually kind of be the Nordic version of Alice in that game, because she also runs around with a giant butcher's knife in those games.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Ah, good.
Huh.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Nice to know.
It just came to my head right now.
Okay. Good.
Hmm.
Good connection. I like it. Okay, I need to up the Yeti on this a little bit. Let's see.
There was rumors of a third game coming out a while ago. But then again, EA owns the rights to it, so probably never coming out.
Kind of work better without the eyelashes, I think.
No, they're creepy. They should stay.
Really hard to tell sometimes. Let's see.
What's the name of the smoothing tool? Is it smoothing tool?
The smoothing tool I'm just using to it's basically a blend. It's a blending tool.
Oh, okay.
Just like how you'd find in makeup and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty much exact same in a way, because it's basically what it does. It just mashes together everything inside the color area and tries to find a neutral value.
Yeah.
I tend to find that it actually works pretty correctly in the sense that it also obliterates light more than it adds light.
Okay. So it kind of it goes for the middle value of the darker color.
Yeah, it tries to find like a good medium. It's like if you were doing this in traditional medium, like acrylic paints, for instance.
Yeah.
If you want to light a color, you would have to use a lot of white to do it, for instance.
Yes.
But if you wanted to be a darker color, you would just need a little bit of black. Uh, so it's like, you know, if one of my teachers once told me that, it's like, yeah, if you want something a bit darker, then you just need a little bit of black before it's entirely black. Just, color just eats up white.
Okay. Like I'm wondering then what the difference would be between using like a regular black acrylic paint and that super black stuff.
It's more or less the same. I mean, we register things as black based on like our understanding of black. It can be pretty subjective, everything. I mean, you could like, you remember those dresses that we all saw some years back?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
White, gold, black, yeah, green, and
yeah,
blue.
yeah, and it's basically the same colors, even though we perceive them differently. It's They were so neutral that the surrounding colors uh, dictated how we would perceive them, but in fact they were the exact same colors. So it's very subjective. And black, I mean, you would be surprised how much darker you can go and still think this is absolute black. Like, you could be in the like in pitch blackness in the middle of the night, and then suddenly you see a dark figure in front of you that's even darker, and then you probably piss yourself and scream and run off. But yeah. But yeah, basically, that's how it works. It's all relative, and you just need a little bit of darkness to obliterate light colors. Feeling this is getting kind of like philosophical in a way as well now. But yeah.
No, no, no. Let's continue with art theory and color
Yeah.
talk.
But that's basically it. Like right down here, I added in a bunch of like bright gray, and then when I blended
Yes.
it, it's almost obliterated. It's almost back to where it was originally. Only it's a little bit lighter. So.
Mm.
So should I try to give her some alternate colors, maybe? trick.
Alternate colors.
Yeah, something that's, so she's not all black and white.
Yeah.
Green and green.
Ah, someone's been paying attention. Good. Yeah.
Oh no. I outed myself. I'm actually looking at it.
Uh, well, if we just pick it up a little bit, just try to add a color layer and see if so. Let's see. Skin tone itself is pretty good. However, no, it's too green. Yeah, that's one thing. I want to give her some ruby red lips.
It's gonna be a kind of like a moss or algae color.
I actually was thinking about like some sort of like rotten corpse-like green for the skin.
Mm.
I mean, in fairness, I am not adverse to that just being the general theme of the character either. Just feel like she needs something else.
Yeah. Her dress might be should lean towards kind of a different color, maybe.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, I could also give her some creams. If we say that her skin color is fine, then that's something. But then let's see if we can.
Or reddish hair.
Maybe a little bit more reddish.
Yeah.
Make the dress blue, like the Rogaland bunad.
Yeah, blue, a dark blue, or maybe close to purple.
Tone the colors down just a little bit. Okay, close to purple. That's a deep purple, right?
Yeah.
So
Or either that or a tool shed, a very dark blue, maybe. Or
so right now I'm just using a color filter that just gives off a certain color, and it takes off the dark and light of the layer below. So something like that could work.
Yeah, could work.
not quite sold though. Try tool suggestion with a more blue color. Or maybe a more clear blue.
Actually, I do agree with Jon on this because the green and purple gives a bit too much Evil 101 vibes.
Yeah.
Or Joker vibes.
So try a more vibrant blue.
Oh, it's not gonna be much more vibrant because, as I said, it takes the colors
Of the layer below, yeah.
Yeah, so it keeps more or less a lot of the saturation, which is kind of something I'm going for. That's a pretty solid blue right there.
Just a tiny bit more mutt, and it would actually be close to the ja, bunad från Rogaland. We do try to put in some Scandinavian stuff in the game when we remember.
When we remember. It's not always, but we do try.
Actually, we have had several heated debates about stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have. A lot of that probably because we kind of went for a theme very early on without actually agreeing on it.
And then we're trying to shape it into something that actually works.
I think that color works actually.
Yes, it does. It really does.
I'm just gonna give the this part to a bit of blue. Yeah, the metal kind of works the way it is.
The metal kind of works the way it is, but I'm not sure if we should make the apron part of the dress blue.
That might be too much. Keeping it black might be a good idea.
You mean dark green?
Oh, dark green.
Dark green.
There we go. As for the color of the hair, we could go darker, I suppose.
I'm not sure if we need to go darker with the hair.
You in the correct layer?
Yep.
Just had to check.
Can't you see the microscopic changes?
They're really microscopic though, that's the problem. Yeah, I've grabbed a little bit too neutral color.
We do need to also finish the cap. So just that we don't forget it.
Oh, you're thinking about making that blue too? Or what?
No, but right now it looks very flat, at least the dark parts of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Compared to the rest of the drawing here, which is really beautiful and detailed, it is just dark green.
Yep. This is true.
think we now see a bit of the effects that we were talking about, colors being subjective. Because the face started to take on a distinct grey sheen to me, and not be as green anymore.
Yeah, it's evening out for your eyes.
Yeah.
What are those things inside of the irises that lets you see color the way humans do?
Oh, the rods and stuff.
Yeah, the rods. What are they called?
Rods? I don't know.
I think they have a bit more than just rods.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure rod is a part of the name.
It is about our name.
Photoreceptors, man.
Yeah.
So no rods.
No, they're rods. They're rods, and there's I don't know the English words for them, but there's like the two different kinds. There's the types who register color in the RGB field, and then there's the ones who just are binary, like black, white.
And then you have the ones that let you see the shadow people.
Yeah, mostly women have those. Did you actually know that that's true?
I did not know that's true, and it made me think, huh?
Yeah.
Because I see them all the time.
Yeah, there's a mutation that allows primarily, or if it's maybe even exclusively, women to have a different set of photoreceptive cells in their eyes. And this allows them to see colors that most other people cannot see. However, it is extremely difficult for them to be able to say that they can see those things because they've always seen them, and we can also see them, but we would call them something else.
Like, describe the color red.
Kind of like describing the color red. Actually, the Impressionist artist Cézanne, when he got older, he developed cataracts. So he was losing his eyesight and stuff.
Yeah.
The way they kind of handled that back in the day was that they would go in and remove the lens from the eye, because that's the part that got blurry and unclear. So he had that operation done. And the result was that when he painted pictures after this, he started painting certain things white.
Huh.
And people couldn't quite understand why he suddenly did this. But he painted what he saw. He was an impressionist, so he painted the light that he saw, and he played around with that. But basically, the lens inside of your eye acts as a UV filter. When he removed that lens, he started seeing things in the UV spectrum. So a blue flower would now suddenly be brilliantly white and patterned.
That sounds both horrifying and beautiful at the same time.
Yeah, also, you would never see a bird or an insect the same way because they have crazy patterns based on UV lighting.
Yeah,
We can't
yeah.
see.
Just the whole universe kind of changes for you then.
Yeah. Well, that's a sobering goddamn thing. Or the direct opposite, depending.
Yeah. Oof.
just gonna do this.
All right. I was going to say that we are really getting to the cutoff point now.
Yeah, almost time for a break.
And I'm not sure we're going to have enough time to do the second character today.
Nah, but we will start
We
it.
can start it.
Yeah,
And
get started.
see where it
Yes.
goes. See where it takes us.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna have a small break now, just 10 minutes more or less.
10 minutes. We'll be back here at 8:15 CET.
Yeah, so we'll see you shortly.
Yep.
Yeah,
We're back.
yeah. So what did you do during your break?
Fetched a
did
bit
I
of snacks.
Yeah, got some more to drink. Had a cigarette.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Me, I cheated.
Oh,
Yeah,
what did you do?
I never stopped.
Oh no.
Yes. There we go. Bit more lighting.
Ah. And you also did the hairbands.
Yeah. So I'm just putting in some final touches on some shade. It doesn't have to be pretty.
It already is.
It doesn't have to be a lot more pretty. So I guess I'm kind of yearning for a bit of a subject change. Not really a subject change, really. It's a variation on the theme. But yeah, I mean, that's our little creepy doll. Although, I mean, this might be a bit much. This might be a bit much.
Um, maybe remove the reflections from the eyes.
Okay.
It was, in my opinion, it was much more creepy without the
Yeah. It
little
was just
lights.
deep, like a black nothingness that you just can get lost into.
So maybe not even remove the reflections from the eyes. Maybe just make them entirely black.
Yeah, turn them into voids.
Okay.
Yeah. Voids with some pinpricks of lights in it, maybe?
No. Just black void.
How about we try one and then the other, and then see how it goes.
Yeah.
I hope no one's afraid of jump scares, because what I just did there could have scared the shit out of someone. Just, yeah. So yeah, there she is.
Hmm.
Yeah. Anywho, let's see. Let's get some blackness started.
Yeah, I think it
Good,
would be better.
you're doing a new layer so you can switch back and forth?
No, we're just gonna do the same one. It's gonna be fine.
I do believe it will be creepier without the lights because I feel the lights give it some kind of life.
Well, yeah, she's supposed to be have a bit of life, like on life or ghostly life, which is why I thought the black spheres with the Just the light pinpricks worked very well.
Yeah. Let's see now.
That is a bit too flat. It doesn't.
That is a bit too flat. That is true.
Okay, so let's just try this then, see how it sticks. Okay, I'm gonna put some lights into her eyes. Only question I got right now is, should I make her wall hide? Like, she's not focusing.
Maybe.
Focusing would be more creepier, actually. Because she's looking straight at you. If you could make it seem like she's looking straight at you.
Well, we got 2 eyes.
Well, she's looking straight at us.
Yeah.
We're a couple of feet away from each other.
She's actually looking at everyone in the group at the same time. That is actually kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Maybe hit.
No.
Maybe hit Control Z a couple of times.
Or move that one, yeah.
Yeah, that actually worked a lot better.
Yeah, it did.
There's a tiny light deep inside.
Now, maybe just soften the edges of the blackness. Yeah, now it's creepy.
Might have to.
This I feel gives a much better feeling of wrongness.
Mm-hmm.
At least in my opinion.
That's definitely wrong. There's one tiny little thing that I want to try though. Like, can I do that in like a confidently quick way that will blow even my mind? Probably not, but let's see. Yeah, no, no. Yeah, now I'm just looking through various things that I might have at my possession here. Okay, let's see. Maybe that's not the way to go. Maybe that's not the way to go. Is this the way to go? That's not the way to go. Nope. Nope. Not that. No.
This is kind of like putting battle scars on Space Marine units.
A little bit.
When do you stop?
Just about there, I think. Dirtier up, just a little bit. After all, you do encounter out in the field.
Yes, you do.
So yeah, that's our currently unnamed animated porcelain doll.
I like it.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. Don't kill me. Now, I will start the next encounter. There is no chance in hell I'll get this done this stream, but we will continue it next stream. So that said, okay, what horrible shit's gonna take place in my mind space right now?
It's a skeleton. Now, this is supposed to be a scary nun-like character. Because even though the Norse culture did stop Christianity from spreading, it didn't ruin, like, it didn't destroy the Catholic Church or the Orthodox.
You might even say maybe this is a result of the pressure that the church has felt.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
They've actually gone to the lengths of embracing the darkness because they have to compete in that way. Or it might not even be like a condoned church thing. It might just be a subsect or something like that.
Well, the different churches have never agreed upon what is the correct form of praising a god. Like, how many forms of evangelical churches are there in the world?
I have no idea.
We got 4 different ones just in our small town.
Oh man, historically speaking, wow, so many more.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
But this character is most likely from some kind of radical subsect of the Catholic Church.
Yeah, most
Uh, the
definitely.
the in, the Spanish Inquisition might also be a much stronger organization in this universe
Might really be.
because yeah, because yeah, the gods are real, um, but also instead of just having one enemy in the south with the North African and Andalusian Muslims, you would also have the Norse knocking on your door from the north.
Mm, it would be complicated to say the least.
It would. And witch hunting would also, if not hunted, at least maybe used by certain forms of Christian sects. If they could find a way to excuse it as some kind of divine intervention
Oh, they probably would.
instead of warlocks, it would be prophets.
Interesting question around religion and that type of sort. The gods exist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
But there are different churches, like Christian churches, different Christian faiths. Would,
Would you have the scene from American Gods with a lot of Jesus?
yeah?
I'm tempted to say yes, but no. Like they would all like pray to Jesus, but they're like different aspects of him. It's like early in Christianity, you had a lot of different philosophies about the divinity of Jesus and the place of God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit in the Christian divine hierarchy. And you had, for example, the sects that would say that Jesus as a mortal was less than God because of his mortality uh, diluting his divineness. Then you would have others that uh, would follow the belief of the Holy Trinity, or that both God and Jesus were both divine but different entities. So there's a lot that can be done with such things, and it can excuse the different ways of following Jesus or Allah or whatever god or goddess those characters would follow, or gender neutral god.
Yeah. So do all the different forms of Christianity exist in this universe? In Heroes of the
With
Sealening?
in the Heroes of the Zealand, with weakening of the Catholic and Orthodox Church, because the Nordic faiths never disappeared and instead got stronger, there would be splits. But if any of them survived is a different question.
So, considering that this is very clearly, at least to me so far, this is clearly an undead nun.
This is an undead nun, yes.
Yes. Would this be
It's the Holy Mil.
a Christian cult who has basically adopted a view as Jesus Christ as the corpse king?
Well, this is. You can clearly see this is the holy miracle of resurrection.
Christ.
I hope that answers your question.
It's just very perverse, and I'm here for it.
It is very. Yes, it is very wrong compared to today's forms of Christianity.
Yeah, just very, very wrong. Yeah. Things have become radicalized in unhealthy ways, apparently.
What are you talking about? She came back from the dead.
I'm just saying that,
What is healthier?
Well, I think her body mass index is a bit low. um,
She still spreads the word of God.
As long as she doesn't spread anything else, I'm fine.
There was something I wanted to say earlier, but I kind of forgot.
Here's hoping it wasn't important.
This is gonna annoy me the rest of the night. Okay. We were talking about different religions. Oh yeah. It wasn't important, but
Oh, I love that hand.
I that is nice. Yeah.
Yep. Please go on.
The bigger question actually is with the precursor to modern day Hinduism.
Oh, you mentioned Hinduism, and I'm thinking all sorts of really dangerous shit.
Really dangerous shit, really powerful, and if there are many.
So many.
But oh so interesting. I'm getting kind of a lich vibe out of this.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
Like it doesn't look like brainless undead creature.
Nope.
And with a mind base of 12, it would be weird if it was.
This woman right here could ruin you.
Yes. And it would be God's will. Now I want to see the possibility of creating a undead paladin.
Sorry, nothing to do with the paladin. I just. I love skeletons, man. They're so happy.
Yeah. They always smile. Well, you like to play paladins. When
I've
we
played one paladin.
haven't you? Why do you think? Why do I think that you played at least 2?
You played another paladin.
Oh yeah, I did.
I was a swashbuckler,
Yes, you were.
but they were both very reasonable people. Well, no, actually no. Swashbuckler wasn't reasonable at all. He was too dumb.
It was too much of a swashbuckler.
Yeah, no, he was a daredevil. Um, so nah. No, I only played one paladin, but I did play him for a good while.
And you played him really good too.
Thank you.
He was not lawful stupid. He was a reasonable person.
He was just trying to lead a good life and tried to lead by example.
And it got his head blown off.
It did. Saving your ass.
Thank you.
You're welcome. He would do it again.
And then he became smaller.
So much smaller. It was so weird.
Druid magic. It's weird.
It is so weird.
So fun.
Well, he started off as a half-orc, ended up as a gnome.
Yeah.
I mean,
Resurrection.
in wasn't it reincarnation?
Yeah, reincarnation. That's it.
I think it must be said. I mean, he was smaller, but it was an upgrade. I mean, imagine him. The man could suddenly do more magic. Well, no, actually, he couldn't. No, but in theory, and he could live for
Much longer.
hundreds of years.
Yes. 10 times longer almost.
Good thing he wasn't married to anyone.
Uh, getting some ghost vibes from this. The band.
Oh, right. Yeah, a little bit.
They have that dark arts Catholic feel of.
Oh, yeah, well, lead guy is always wearing the Pope hat, so. Anti Pope.
And the skeleton makeup.
Yeah. I was about to say, uh, it's easy to get her fleshed out, but psh, too easy.
Robes kind of do that though.
Yeah, but also there's no flesh, so
Yeah,
that
I
helps.
did not. I did not get that one.
I'm pleased.
You okay, Jon?
Yeah, just working a bit.
Ah,
Those are actually done already.
nice. Well, what you been working on?
I just looked into a bit of a few things I wanted to take a look at in OBS.
Oh, okay. Thought you were going to tell us about some kind of cool 3D printing you had done.
Tombs Foundry always working.
Yes.
Yeah. So no, I was looking a bit in OBS. Earlier I was looking a bit in Clip Studio, just to familiarize myself with a bit more with it.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
should do that
always
too.
working.
We are very tired. Give us your money.
Uh, it's gonna end up becoming some really cool album cover art.
Yeah. Some metal band or other.
God damn it, we're
No,
gonna have
no,
to start that too. Jesus.
no.
All of the day's work, I suppose.
It's not easy, but at least it's honest work. Actually, no, it's not honest work. You keep cheating.
Damn right I do. As much as possible.
Now, how close is this skull to the one on the Phantom's ring?
I think fair ways off.
Ah,
I don't know. I haven't checked it out. I'm tempted to
it's
say a
all.
skull's a skull, but
That's not true.
it isn't.
It's way too long since I read that comic to remember how that looked.
Yeah, well, you would know it better than me. You were the Lord Grandmaster, so.
Officially so. I think I had a full continuous collection that spanned 5 years or something.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a bunch of boxes.
You're one of the few people who could actually wear the Phantom Ring and have a right to it.
I think you got that at Gold.
At gold?
Yeah, but like the thing was that in Norway, in the comic books, that for the Phantom, you had this part where you could join up for like a quiz, basically, where they sent you a pamphlet and there was questions that you had to answer and send back to them. And like there were different levels. You started on bronze, and then you got up to like silver, gold. Then you got master and grandmaster, I think it was. This is like closing in on 30 years ago. Um, and like you got different things when you got to the different levels, and I think you got the skull ring on gold. I think you got both the rings on gold actually.
Yeah, both the skull ring and the good.
The peace ring.
Yeah. So how far did you get?
All the way.
Oh.
Um, like no, I didn't. I think you could go beyond Grandmaster. Like you could go like Grandmaster second degree and such. I didn't do that. I only got to Grandmaster, which was difficult enough. Was he Marvel, DC, or Dark Horse?
I have no idea. I have a feeling that was not Marvel. Might have been.
It
No.
was one of those three.
Yeah. Was it Dark Horse? Because it was Mandrake and stuff.
Yeah,
And Flash
like
Gordon.
it was the same universe as Mandrake.
Yeah.
They did have crossovers.
But, Tord, I have a challenge for you.
Yeah. What?
Can you manage to say goodbye to the people in 3 minutes?
All right. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
we're close.
time's there.
Time's
there.
time's almost up. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for being with us today, listening to us ramble on as Gard does awesome stuff on the screen.
All the work.
Yeah. Um, if you want to know more about Tombs Foundry, you can check us out at our social medias: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, here on Twitch, and Discord. Links are down below on the screen.
By the way, we have gotten a new link for YouTube actually.
Oh yeah. Well,
So
what is that again?
youtube.com/at Tombs Foundry.
All right. Yeah, so that's new.
That's new.
YouTube.com/at Tombs Foundry.
Yep.
If you want to
One
get
of those
in
newfangled handles they have started to roll out.
All this newfangled stuff. Yep.
yes.
Please continue.
If you want to get in direct contact with us, you can contact us either on Discord or Facebook. We are usually able to answer. Other than that,
check out
really.
our game Evil 101 on Tabletopia.
Yes. Evil 101 on tabletopia.com. And
Find a
yeah,
link. You can find a link to on our webpage or on our Facebook account,
yes.
and also on
And
Instagram actually on a Instagram profile.
yes, and on our Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, thanks for hanging out with us. Um,
We will probably be back in 2 weeks.
yeah.
And we will
And
continue building and quotation mark fleshing out this fine lady right here. And we will also be starting something else. Who even knows what? Because I sure as heck don't.
Nope.
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 None whatsoever. So, this was fun and sort of intensive. We had a break
Yeah.
today, which is great. Um, and, well, I'm gonna save all my stuff so it doesn't get lost. And then we will see each other again soon. So, yeah.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.